will come from Andrew Jones today. So Andrew, unmute yourself and go ahead.
Hey, Cam. Take us back about a year ago. You went through that kind of a whirlwind process where you left Auburn, went to Carolina, well into August before you were even cleared to play last season. And then 5 weeks later, you get hurt. What was that kind of process like for you? Was it a blur? And then after you got hurt and you had a chance to sort of exhale and look back, how did you reflect on it?
Definitely. It was kind of like a blur. Everything happened so fast. And then when they cleared me, we were waiting for the news like the whole summer. It was a long, tedious process. But the coaches stayed by me and we got it done and got it handled with NCAA. Cleared me. And then 5 weeks later, Clemson game, I tore my ACL. I mean, it was kind of, it was very emotional when that happened. Definitely wasn't my plan for this season, but I mean, everything happens for a reason. So definitely made me reflect on everything I've been through and just made me even more humble. Just being out here and being able to play the game that I love with all my brothers and stuff. It just makes it feel a whole lot sweeter that I'm out here right now too.
When you say everything happens for a reason, have you kind of gotten a handle on maybe why this happened and what you've learned in the 11 months or so since the injury?
I say it was a humbling experience. Definitely. You get your first a lot of minutes in that game, and then everything starts clicking, and then you forget about the journey you took to get there. And when I tore my ACL, I just look back on all the hard work, all the tedious process it was to even get cleared too. You know, all the times I put in with the boys, all the off days I put in with the guys too. I mean, it just made me love the game even more. I mean, I never had really a significant injury like that. But just bouncing back from that just makes me feel like I can do anything now. So just being able to get through that just made me stronger and had a stronger will as a player, and just glad to be back.
When were you fully cleared, given kind of a full go-ahead on doing everything?
That was about 3 weeks ago, but yeah, about 3 weeks ago.
Cool. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Nope.
Okay, next up, Greg Barnes.
Hey, Cam. Thanks for joining us. In talking with some coaches and players in the last couple of months, the topic was brought up that when everybody had to go home back in March, there were some guys who did not have access to necessary weight equipment, and that was a particular concern for people that had tendon injuries and tears and that kind of thing. Did you have any issues with maintaining your rehab during that period when you were home?
Definitely not. I mean, our training staff here, one of the best in the country, they always FaceTime me and make sure I was doing what I was doing. And then plus, also my trainer back at home, he's a rehabilitation specialist. So, I mean, he helped me really a lot. And I got on FaceTime with the trainers here while I was doing my rehab with him too as well. So shout out Brandon Trusty for that. But definitely he got me right. It got me comfortable with my leg. I think I was at 6 months and I felt like I was moving at 100%. It felt good. It felt really great. I mean, that was all during the pandemic when we were all home and stuff. And I would put out a little video. Some of the coaches were like, well, slow down. But I mean, it was definitely a process, but it was definitely, I had no slouch with that. I was pretty good off the break.
There were a lot of guys, unfortunately, in the secondary who got hurt last year. And Patrice also had an ACL. If there's a silver lining, was there some communication between everybody that got hurt in terms of kind of helping each other through this?
Definitely. You would see Treese in the rehab room, you see me in the rehab room, then you see Drew Homeshek still in the rehab room. I mean, you just see that, and then you see Wolf in the rehab room. I mean, you just see a lot of our guys just in there, and then we're all just looking at each other like take this serious, take this, take that, you know what I'm saying? Giving each other notes and giving each other motivation. I mean, and that's what Rude does anyway too. Rude's a brotherhood, so we definitely want to look out for the best interests of one another and make sure everybody's on their stuff. So they really tapped into me because with rehab, it's a lot of difficult days. So like they were always there to like boost the morale and stuff. So it was great.
Thanks, Cam.
Yes, sir.
Okay, over to Ross Martin.
Hey, do you prefer Cam or Cameron?
Cam. I go by Cam because a lot of people don't say Cameron anyway.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
Oh yeah.
Cam, what do you think your role is in the secondary this year?
Definitely. Definitely. Let me see. Definitely a guy to make plays, I would say, but also like make calls, just communicate with the young guys and communicate with everybody, and just make sure everybody's doing the right assignments, everything. So I say like definitely, I want to step into a leadership role. I'm working towards it, and definitely like just communication, over communicating in the secondary, because like Coach says right now, like there's no starting, there's no nothing. It's just guys that can go out there and play. We have all our DBs can play for real. So that's the great thing about it. So everybody's gonna get burned anyway, but definitely just going in there and making the most out of the opportunities that you're given. So just making plays. So just want to step into a leadership role with the secondary, and also like just have my guys back with calls and make sure they're doing the right things and I'm doing the right thing as well.
Great. How's that competition at safety going? Like, what's the rotation like? Who's playing with the different first and second teams, things like that?
Facts. I mean, it's deep in the rude boy room. So you know what I'm saying. So it's definitely competition. It's competitive every day. I mean, one bad play, you know what I'm saying, be like, oh, somebody might have an upper hand on you. But I mean, just going out there and compete with the guys, it's just great. And then also like I said, the rotation, like there's blue, white, and gray, but there's like the rotation is just everybody that can play. Like so, like we switch guys up in different groups to see how they can communicate with one another. So I mean, as far as rotation, I mean, coach always says don't even worry about that because we got so many players that can play right now.
Okay, so like Miles Wolford, Don, you, those are three at safety? I mean, is there any other names we should know that are getting run at safety?
I say like everybody's getting run at safety for real. I mean, like Giovanni,
Okay.
and then you got us three that you named, Gio. I mean, and then more as well. Like you know what I'm saying, like Cam Roseman, Sinclair, like young boys stepping up into the game. I mean, it's a lot of competition from old heads to young heads to, you know what I'm saying, any position for real, because we all can play different positions in the secondary too as well.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yep, no problem.
All right, we're going to go back to Greg Barnes.
Hey, Cam, wanted to ask about a couple of players. One being Kyler McMichael. We haven't seen him. We've heard a lot about him. Kind of what have been your impressions of him over the past year now in camp?
It's my guy. I mean, it's fast, physical. He can check anybody who puts his mind to it. And definitely he's in his playbook and knows what he's doing. So we're definitely a great player. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing what he has in the fall. So.
And then you mentioned Wolf, him kind of being the veteran presence back there. What type of leader is he? What should we know about him that makes him a little bit different?
He's a very vocal leader. I mean, he can sit down with you one-on-one. He can come talk to you throughout walkthroughs or anything. And he sees like you can do something better. He'll just like give you his 2 cents, and then you just take it and try to apply it to your game. I mean, he's been here for a while, and he knows what he's doing, and he knows the ins and outs of the defense, and he's a very fierce competitor. I mean, so it's just great to have him in the room anyway, because you have no choice but to get better with him in the room.
And I did want to ask a follow-up to Ross's question about the safety position. Are you guys, is everybody playing both positions, or are there specific guys at free and specific guys at strong?
So right now, like some of the frees and some of the bandits play free, some of the free safeties play bandit. So I mean, it just rotates too. It just rotates. I mean, it's good like to be more available. You have to know more positions. So.
Cool. Great. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, back over to Ross Martin.
Hey, Cam, how is Jay Bateman as a coordinator and as a position coach?
Coach B, man, that's my guy. I mean, he especially would bring it every day. So you got to bring it every day. I mean, he's from Virginia, so me and him have funny stories when he was at Army and different things. So, but definitely just having him as the boss man. I mean, he's a mastermind, like just brilliant when it comes to calling defense. He knows the game plan. He knows what we need to do, what needs to be done, and if we get it done, I mean, it puts us in the best position to win and to win our reps, if anything, too. I mean, he just wants to see technique. He wants to see you know what you're doing. He wants to see you play with effort. And you got to go out there and every day and prove it and do it. So, I mean, just playing for him, I mean, it's just a blessing, too, because you get a great understanding of defenses and then also of offenses as well. So just becoming a better player and becoming a better young man, too. I mean, he provides all that help.
Is there anything different with the way he's coaching the defense this year in terms of, you say he's a mastermind, like, is there anything that sticks out in the way he's changing things with more defensive backs and maybe more experience in the back end and at linebacker?
I mean, can you repeat that question?
Well, is there anything different about how he's, maybe being more aggressive or
Yeah.
different schemes with more experience and more defensive backs this year?
Oh, thanks. Yeah, definitely. Okay, yeah, definitely. So we have different packages, some special packages out there that's gonna turn the head of a lot of people in college football. I mean, so I say get ready for that. And then just like when he calls his plays, I mean, there's so many things that could be ran with it, and then so many blitzes or coverages we could be running with it. I mean, it just keep the offenses guessing. And like he trusts us so much that we just gotta play our assignments and just do what we gotta do. I mean, it's either gonna be a pick, a fumble, and completion, from what I know.
All right, great. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, Cam. Thanks so much for your time. I think we're all set today.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks, Cam.
Cam.
Appreciate it.